Hey everyone, I am updating on Grassfeduary, which is my current dietary experiment, which has been running for the whole of February, where I'm only eating totally grass-fed beef and lamb. That is it. And it's in contrast to my experiment in October, which I called McTober, where I ate McDonald's triple burgers without the bun, and I supplemented it with egg yolks cooked and dripping. Some may remember in October, McTober, I felt amazing. My scalp psoriasis went away. My sense of smell, which I'd substantially lost in 2014 and only rarely felt was coming back, came back strongly. And I thought, well, I'll stick to carnivore similar to McTober. And I eat keto snacks sometimes and wasn't sticking exactly to the sort of beef and egg thing. Coming into Grassfeduary, but here we are 2 weeks in, so here's an update. A lot of people thought there wouldn't be any difference between McTober and Grassfeduary, but there is. I noticed that my scalp psoriasis was coming back within about a week. I noticed that I had some, not brain fog, but what I would call recall problems. So I was kind of taking ages to think of words for things, names for things, people's names, and it was very noticeable. Also, a little bit of fatigue. So I was a little confused, but very interesting data comparing it to October, where I had mainly beef but also lots of egg yolks. So I figured, what's the difference there? What is it in egg yolks that may be making the difference, particularly to my ability to recall words and names? And my best guess, given my previous history, was choline, which is very rich in egg yolks and not nearly so rich in muscle meat, which is mainly what I've been eating. Mixture of grass-fed beef mince from Lidl and some delicious nutrient-rich beef and lamb and mutton mince and burgers and sausages from Pelham Farm. It's an organic pasture-fed for life farm. So in the past, I've supplemented with choline in the form of alpha GPC, which is a form of choline which gets choline in good quantities across the blood-brain barrier quickly. And after taking a few of those, I felt much mentally sharper. So it's very interesting. I've done a video on supplements before where I talked about how periodically I seem to need to take some vitamin B6 and zinc in order to feel at my best. And I said previously in that video, I know when I need to take some because I stop remembering my dreams as much and I feel anxious about nothing in particular. I find something to be anxious about. And after I take vitamin B6 in the form of P5P and some zinc in the form of picolinate, then I feel better. This time I got a very clear signal, poor word recall, slower thinking, and I took some alpha GPC, form of choline, and hey presto, my word recall's back. So there's an update for Grassfeduary. In my opinion, for me personally, eating grass-fed beef and lamb is just not enough for me to feel at my best. I need to add probably egg yolks if I was going to do it just with whole foods, but certainly just muscle meat isn't enough. And I should say I did add a bit of lamb's liver, and that didn't seem to be enough either. I didn't notice a difference when I had a couple of 100 grams of liver the other morning. And very, very quick difference when I had the alpha GPC. I've also supplemented with phosphatidylcholine and acetylcholine. There's various different types that people try and seem to have some good results with. Very often they combine choline with magnesium. So there you go, there's a little update. I'll put some photos in as well of what I've been eating, and I'll keep updating. I'm not going to stay strictly on plan. I'm going to continue to eat grass-fed beef and lamb for the whole month of Grassfeduary, but if I feel any problem with word recall again, straight onto the choline. And I'm also going to try something that arrived today. It's a GABA inducing drink, which is meant to replace alcohol for people who are occasional drinkers, social drinkers who don't want to drink as much or not at all. So I'll feed back on that as well. Very exciting.